Heck yes. Okay, so Warmerise 2.6 came out recently. I don't have the changelog in front of me.
Just go to
I do.
announcements.
It's a big log. It's a really, really big log.
I posted the link
Just go
somewhere.
to announcements, honestly.
You did 2.5.9. Yeah.
2.5.9
Oh, good
or
lord.
2.6.0.
I posted the screenshot, the link 3 times.
Yeah, none of them are actually showing up as a preview. Okay, so Warmerise 2.6.0. Okay. The jet pass can now only be used on one jet ship at a time. So I'm assuming that means that if you hop out of a jet, you can't use it on another one, which is good. They added weak spots to the jet ship and the Humvee, which deals additional damage. I really want to talk about that one, but we'll get back to it. He fixed the bug where vehicle HP would sometimes not change when it receives damage, which is kind of a big bug to fix. User avatar should now load properly when joining the server. A good bug fix. Added the ability to see other players' weapon skins. Thank the Lord. What's having a skin if you're the only one who can see it?
Yeah.
Added options for 40 and 60 minutes for matches when you're creating a TTM server. I believe only 60 minutes was removed. Does anybody else confirm that?
Don't know.
I thought both of them were removed.
Okay.
Double check.
Yeah, somebody double check me. I'll keep reading the notes.
Sure.
So, added a visual representation of the spawn shield, which is basically an armory bubble, but around you, and then a little smaller.
It's like a giant sword ball.
Yeah. It's been tweaked a couple of times so that it doesn't like act as a shield for your teammates, which is kind of fun. Added the ability to search servers by map. You start with M, then colon, and then you type in your map name, and then game mode. You type GM colon followed by the game mode you want. And then a couple of other miscellaneous tweaks. The anti-glitch system, the design for the round timer, and the team scores got shrunk a little bit. The blue icon is really dark and hard to see. The bullet speed was increased by 15%, which is marginal, but whatever. The chat swearing word filter is a topic in and of itself. We're going to come back to that later because it's bonkers, I swear. And then improved game performance, which nobody believes anymore. So, did anybody check me on the 40 and 60 minute matches?
I thought
Sorry.
I'm looking.
Dewey just goes right to me.
Because I thought you were checking it.
No, that's adjusted it.
I do remember him saying something, but I don't remember where he said that. But I think he removed this. He removed it, I think.
I know he removed 60. I am 100% certain that happened, but
Why
I
did he
don't
remove
remember.
it?
You know
I
how
think
we
we
can
already. Wait, hold up. Let's just
I'll just try to make a server. It's 40 minutes.
Why would he remove it though?
Okay.
He said that it was kind of stupid, and no, I'm kidding. He said that it was causing issues with the
With what?
the round, the
he
timer.
did
I don't know.
40
He did
minutes.
remove 40 minutes. Okay. Yeah, new update is ready for testing. Here we go.
I'm pretty sure new update is already out.
It is, but I was looking for the post because a lot of the stuff that he adds are in the comments of the announcement.
Yeah.
Remove
It's
40
on
and
the
60 minute options when creating a TDM server. It's too long and also causes some issues. Spawn shield. Wait, what is this? The new version has been separated from the previous version due to game-breaking changes. Fixed bug when energy syncing would be wrong when spectating a player with nano compressors. Fixed bug where players with higher frame rate would be able to use the gravity gun for a longer time without.
What?
Yeah, change the inactivity timer to 3 minutes. Where's the other one? Fixed bug when weapon would start swaying faster at higher frame rate. This one actually affected me a lot. It looked like I was just sort of like vibrating a little bit, just like shaking. Remove bullet collision from the spawn shield sphere. Now it's just a visual representation, so you can't use it to defend your teammates, which is okay. That's pretty much it. So overall, I think this was a fine update. Being able to see skins again, especially, is really nice.
Yeah.
And I haven't actually tested this, but the idea of having like a critical hit spot on a vehicle is good.
Yes.
Yeah. Should we bring up the 500 vote poll?
Yes. Do that.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, do that.
Oh, you're making me okay. So a couple years.
Can I...
Wait, who?
No, it's fine. Go.
No, what were you saying?
No, go.
I'm trying to delay it. So a couple years ago, Chrono made a poll and said, asking if we could get to 500 votes. And
Chrono.
did I say that?
Chrono is max
You
confirmed.
say Chrono.
Someone else do it. Uh,
Max
No, he
made
does
a poll. Max made a poll saying, "Hey, can this get to 500 votes?" And the description was, "Can it?" The answer apparently is yes, because it did. It reached 500 votes. At some point, he also added that when the poll reached 500 votes, a cash transfer feature would be added. So we have the 500 votes now. So that should be coming eventually, I guess, hypothetically.
Yeah, he said in the next month. He'll be adding it somewhere in the next month.
So
That's what he said in the comments.
Probably like with the next
In
update.
June. Yeah. Somewhere in June.
yeah.
There's
Okay,
a lot
well,
of topics that can happen in this podcast, like having the discussion on whether we should have the ability to have cash transfer feature or not. That can be another debate.
That can be another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's just be confined on this. I think the biggest update, the biggest thing about this update that I liked is that you can now see other people's skins too.
Mhm.
So that's just bringing the skin store to life. But other than that, I think this update brought so many bugs with it.
They ought to.
The mine bug. When you would place the mine and
Your
your
hands would everything would
weapons would
disappear. Yeah.
Yep.
exactly.
back?
That's back. Yeah, that's back. There's like 2 posts on there. I did reply on one, and the other Sir Oz, he posted, someone copied my post and posted it there because I kind of knew how to fix it. But it's not permanent. You just go from first person to third person or vice versa, and that just temporarily fixes it.
Oh really?
Max hasn't responded to that. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, but it'll just come back next time you drop
does
mine.
do that. Yeah, it does. It does it every time. So you have to switch it every time it happens.
Mm.
But that's back. There were some bugs with the Humvee having 48,000 HP because he added
That's a
he
lot of
added
XP.
something on
HP.
that too. Yep,
Wow.
because he added putting weak spots to jet shift, which I don't know. Is there any visual thing
No,
to
there's
spot
no
the weak
visual
points?
representation for where the weak points are. I'm in a server right now, and I can't actually find the weak spot. It just does a
Yeah,
flat step.
I did try to find that too, but I don't know. I couldn't find it too.
Yeah,
So
you
what's
never
the point
said
of
where
adding
they
them?
were.
Just so you can have it.
How would you know what the weak spot is? What if you're doing
Exactly.
like a lot of damage though? Like you can't tell which is a weak spot unless someone
If you deal
shows you something.
damage, if you deal damage to a vehicle, it'll say how much damage you did in the little chat log.
Oh, does
Wait,
it?
actually, that's the thing.
Yeah,
Huh.
that was one of the
Okay.
comments I made, like when the update first came out. Is like, okay, this is cool and all, but how the hell do we know when we hit the target? And he's like, that's a good point. I'm gonna add a thing that how much damage. I'm like, thank you, I appreciate it.
That makes sense.
How do you know which is the highest damage?
Trial
It-
and error.
Yeah, it's exactly trial and error. Like I am doing a consistent 7 damage with every weapon I use against the jet, and I cannot any point on this thing where it does more than 7 damage.
He had it on the Humvee too.
Yeah, I can't find that either.
Maybe it's on the bottom.
Honestly,
I mean, what would you put it on the bottom on Humvee?
I don't know.
What if it's on the top, like by the gun thing?
nope,
Hmm.
not.
No.
What if it
Where
is
could
the
it be?
gun? No.
It's not the gun. You can't actually shoot the gun. The gun has no collision.
Oh,
That's really sad.
Wow.
Have you guys ever sniped someone off of the jet?
Yes, very
That's
rarely,
what?
but yeah.
Very satisfying, but I've never done it after. I've only done it like twice,
Mm.
and never
Hmm.
recently. I feel like it's gotten harder.
Probably has.
Okay, the weak point is not underneath the jet, so I have no idea where it is.
Maybe it didn't work.
That could be a bug.
I mean, what
that
I
he'll
don't,
fix in the
you know,
next.
what I don't understand is that when you are on other games and they, they said they're gonna put out an update, you were hoping that they will bring a new season or a new map or a new, they would bring something new,
Yeah.
But in
Yeah.
Warmerise, it's the updates are mostly just fixing bugs and
Mm-hmm.
tweaking some of the things.
And updating
Uh,
performance.
What are you
Yeah,
talking
and
about?
updating performance and networking. That's the most
They do add
usual
new
update.
maps. What about Winter 3 2020?
Oh gosh.
Those
Winter
are
4
good.
Community content doesn't count mostly
Yeah.
because it's mostly garbage.
Yeah. Can't really disagree
So
with that.
in this update, there's nothing new. It's just being able to see other people's guns is the most
Mhm.
important one, in my opinion.
Makes the reason for
I was
skins.
hoping there were some new
Vehicle weak points
Something
would be
new,
cool if they worked.
yeah. I mean, he could just add new capes,
You could.
something new. Yeah.
I would be fine if you made a competition to submit good custom maps,
Exactly.
and if they were really good, they got put into the game in exchange for a huge sum of cash. I'll pay you 100,000 in-game cash if you make a map that is good enough to be put into the game as an official one.
Yeah.
Mm.
He can also put, create a competition for, capes. You just
Yeah.
give the
Mhm.
dimension and let people to create
Game.
capes. And the
Yeah,
best
the
one, gets into
KPV
the
is
store.
really easy. Yeah.
There's a lot of things that can happen, but he doesn't do that. Anyhow,
Can I mention something on the new update?
sure.
Of course.
Which is kind of trash. It's the ping.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I mixed up
trash.
ping and
It's
assists
so
earlier.
simple.
I was like, wow, there's a bunch of
It-
people that know ping. Wait a minute, that's assists.
Yeah,
If you
the
could change the
Oh yeah,
layout
that's
of it,
that's the
please.
next. That was the next. I think we should, if we're safe with this, we can move on to the next topic, which is
Yeah.
of the assets. So
marking your
What?
assists doesn't make a ton of sense to me because it's not really worth any XP.
You get 1 XP.
Yeah, you
That
get
is
one.
effectively nothing. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's not
True.
That's really true.
If it
So it's
were
very little.
Ping is so small you can barely see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is
If
very
the
small.
XP you got for assists was larger, you would have to rebalance everything around it. But if the XP you got from assists was larger, it would be worth mentioning. But honestly, there isn't anything gained by having that information on the screen. I feel like ping is more useful than assists, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Maybe make ping bigger and assists smaller.
Well, I mean, the other
Or
thing
just
you could
remove
do
the
is
assist.
you could have the numbers all written out as kills /deaths /assists and put them all in a much smaller space, and then have ping as its own thing off to the side.
Yeah, could do.
Yeah. Someone, I don't remember exactly who, he suggested that just use the words, symbols KAD.
Yeah.
And you can make enough space for the ping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Because
About
right now,
the format, he wanted to add the format KAD.
Mhm.
But I think he added the other one because most of the people were asking for the other thing.
KDA.
Because they wanted to say, they wanted the kill and that's to be, close.
yeah, I
Because they
prefer
were used to
KDA
it.
as well.
Yeah, we're used to it.
Hmm.
Also,
I
one
was kind of
slight.
used to of KAD instead, but
I
yeah.
could go either
Yeah.
way.
Exactly. It wasn't a huge thing, but everyone had their preference, and I feel like if he had done it the other way, it wouldn't have been a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you could
Yeah.
just, what I think is gonna add is just, a new settings for whoever wants the different format. He can just choose it from the settings, which I
Mhm.
think might happen in the next update.
I think you should add that.
Yeah.
work.
No complaining.
So I think if we're kind of done with the assists too, and the last one I think is of the censorship.
Yeah, you guys are having a lot of fun before we started recording, just
Yeah.
figuring out all of the things. So I think I'll start off with my favorite. The word "dad" is That's what sort of kicked off this whole thing. Is the word "dad" is censored, which is great because the game is unplayable because people kept calling.
Hmm.
That was a
Am
joke.
I cutting off?
No.
think Chrono-
Yes. Oh, did I?
Yeah,
I
at
don't
the
know if
end.
it was me or not.
Okay, never mind. It wasn't funny anyway.
We'll never know though.
Yeah.
If
No,
it
you
was
won't.
funny or
We will. We won't.
You will
No.
not.
Gonna cut off.
Unless he repeats it.
Nope. Sorry. Hey, what else
Okay,
is
then.
censored, guys?
A lot of things.
A
Like
lot
what?
of
Give me a
things.
list.
Dad,
Can I-
mom, cousin.
No. Mom with an O. Mom
Yeah.
with a U isn't censored.
Normal way
Correct
spelling it
Americans.
is censored, but mum
Um,
isn't. Also,
Mum.
cousin is censored, but not aunt or uncle.
Rat is censored.
Rat is censored.
I've never.
That's just understandable though. It's kind of you can some people use it like as a racist slur. So
Really?
it's
Seriously?
I think so.
Well,
I read somewhere. I
There are
don't know
new
if
ways
it's
to be
true,
Wait.
but
racist in this
it
world.
can be really like mean to say to someone you're rat. I think it's based on like race. I'm not sure. I might be wrong, but I don't know. I think it's like really like rude for some people to say it.
That's interesting.
I have never heard that before. I'll be honest.
Let me Google
Same.
this. You
Yeah,
guys can
I
continue with your
haven't-
censoring.
I haven't heard anyone, saying that on Warmerise, but I've been called rat in a few other games. Basically, sometimes when I have to, sneak into someone, or sometimes when I have to defend myself, and which people would rather call camping, but I don't call it camping. It's rather a defensive, position. But I get called sometimes. It didn't really offend me though, but that's just me. But my the main point is you can always evade the censorships. You can always come up with different words, and you can always send it across just with different letters. So what's the point of censorship then?
There is a way to get it so that it blocks more things, where you can get it so that it'll ignore symbols in place of letters. So if you were to type out "dad" but you used
The at symbol.
the at symbol, exactly. If you did D at symbol D, it would ignore the at symbol. It would recognize that the word is "dad," and it would just.
It's
Yeah,
always
or
you're saying
ignore
abbreviations.
the vowels.
So you're saying
Interesting.
that add more combinations and possibilities to censoring.
Yeah, if your goal was to censor more, you could do more. But I mean, why? Why are you doing this?
At this rate,
Okay.
half the words you type will be censored.
I just
I mean,
tested the thing. The word "sex" is banned, but "sexy" is not.
What?
because that's a compliment.
Not true. Sex
Oh,
could be
no.
a metaphor though. So
Yeah.
Wait, I don't
also,
remember. Is gender blocked?
Oh, is it?
drug and drugs
Yeah,
are not
but
censored.
what if you're-
and every single form of like drug is not censored either?
Yeah.
Some words are censored. Like, I get why. Even noob is censored.
Yeah, I tried that one as well.
That
Bot is
it's
censored.
it's stupid
Is
to
there
censor noob.
is there any option? Is there any option on the game to in game to report? I don't think there is, right?
I don't think
Or
so
is
in
there?
the game.
So no.
You can block people, but that's
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I think that's what should happen, because there's no way you can report someone, because most of the time you're playing with guests and they don't have any account, and then nothing can happen to them.
Or maybe add a full screen on either the left or the right of the game.
So I don't think people can still evade these censorships in any way. The more combinations you add is just gonna cause problems, because when you're not even swearing, sometimes your text gets
Yeah.
censored, even if it's not a swear.
Yeah,
But if you
that was a
want to say something,
problem.
my dad is calling, so I have to go. It will
Yeah.
just censor it. And the problem is the other person doesn't he can't understand what you just said. He would be
My day is
thinking
falling.
something
I need
else.
to leave.
Yeah.
Wish the chat censor were optional. It is optional in basically every other multiplayer game I've ever played.
Not Roblox, I don't think.
I haven't played a game where it's optional.
It's annoying in Roblox.
It's okay. So two off the top of my head are PlanetSide 2 and Warframe. Both of those have optional chat filters that are on, but
Mm.
So you're suggesting that that should be an option here too, which is actually a good
yes.
solution, to be honest.
I agree with that.
I mean, if you get really offended with people calling you something, you just turn on the chat filter.
Mhm.
Tell
If
you
you're
what,
not, just let it go. I
let's
think
do
that's the
some
best
bugs.
solution for this.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So what else? Everyone is so quiet.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I did. And I think we should,
Good.
upload it separately because it's a very big podcast. Just separate,
Okay, we've
upload
done-
it separately.
Yeah, like the whole
Let-
mod thing
let
could be
us
its
see
separate
the people.
podcast.
Yeah, the
More
mod
content.
thing is as a separate,
Yeah,
and the other one is separate.
probably upload that one
I think-
first.
Yeah. So I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Okay then,
Sure.
Colonel, you wanna wrap it up?
Over here. Oh wait, no. I want to play that. Okay, so I think that's all we've got for this week. Thank you everyone for watching. We may or may not do another podcast sometime soon. We probably, I don't know. We said we were gonna do them weekly, and then we just kind of didn't up until now. So I don't know.
6 months
What do
later.
They'll definitely come back tournament time, but you want to start doing them again regularly? Or
I think we should, but it's probably not going to happen knowing us.
what if we made a pact to do it every time there was an update? How's that?
Okay.
I feel
Yeah,
like
I think that's
a
good.
compromise.
I think that's really good.
So yeah, the next time there's any sort of major update, we will be back. But in the meantime, thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you later.